court after 2 matches, but a tough test now, away to Bulgaria in Sofia, where our commentator is Barry Davis.
Really, if ever, has Andy Roxburgh been denied so many experienced players when he needs them, as here in the Vasilevsky National Stadium in Sofia. His enforced choice shows 5 changes from the victory over Switzerland. Malpass, fit again, is the 4th different captain in as many matches. Gillespie and McClare are recalled to the colours, and 6 of the side cannot yet count their caps in double figures. Bulgaria includes 3 players from clubs in Spain, the numbers 8, 9 and 10, the combative and talented Stoichkov, Penev and Sidakov. They lose 2 defenders, Didiev and Ivanov, because of suspension. Scotland are without Murdo McLeod for the same reason, but the surprising victory in Romania has certainly given Bulgarian football a huge fillip. The officials for the match come from Austria, the referee Friedrich Kaupe. In the under-21 match 24 hours ago, the Bulgarians were much the better side, technically far more gifted, and this promises to be a real test for the Scottish seniors. Yankov led it off, winning his first cap at the age of 28. Bit of pace on the right side from Dochev. Free kick given. Challenged by Tom Boyd of Motherwell. Just a little nudge first. The Bulgarian made sure that he got the free kick, which produced nothing. Whistle's gone for the offside, which was an unnecessary interruption. Stoichkov. Captain takes the clearance for Scotland. Radenov. Barakov. The kickoff was McAnally. The referee didn't like the challenge by Yankov. Quite a strong word with him. Malpass. Yankov. Good challenge by McCoist. The free kick again is in Scotland's favour. Stoichkov in the Cyrillic alphabet. He's up for offside. Referee says play on, and Dury came off his knee, and he's turned in, and Scotland have a priceless goal. The boos all around the ground as Ali McCoist takes what applause he can hear, certainly from his colleagues, but boos all around the ground because the linesman's flag stayed down. Goalkeeper's already appealing before the cross comes in. He's in trouble now. Palms it down to Dury, comes off his knee, and McCoist, with the simple tap-in, gives Scotland the lead in the 8th minute of the match. Real chance here for Scotland because Bulgarians are very much at odds with themselves. Dury, rather a poor free kick. McPherson was a bit slow initially and then in trouble. Sidakov, well played by Gorham. Stoichkov came in. And a little bit of altercation between Gorham and Stoichkov. Who started it, I'm not sure. That's the replay will show. Sidakov with the cross, it was well held, the feet just both met, and one foot was high, and the left foot of the goalkeeper just tapped in irritation. Captain reluctantly gets to his feet. 15 minutes gone. Scotland a goal to the good, scored in the 8th minute by McCoist. Which is total to 8. Nobody else in the side has scored more than one. Clare hoping to break his duck. Sidakov, Penev, had a man over this side, they've gone the other way. Good jump by Malpass. Stoichkov, extra man coming in, and he came off the underside of the crossbar. Scotland having the fortune, they had a bit of it against Switzerland, and they're having a little more in this contest. Got a free kick from that rather hasty challenge, but they were hugely unlucky as the ball came back off the underside of the crossbar from Penev. Belikov with the free kick, good header by Sidakov. Suddenly the Bulgarians find themselves and the crowd responds. Good glancing header. Belikov. And McPherson determined to get there first. Again, adjudged to have played the man before he reached the ball. Six players up. Wall does his job. Yanchev. That's a good piece of play. Sidakov penalty, no. Boyd with the challenge. The referee doesn't like it. The players don't like it, and I must say it looked a bit iffy. But the referee had an excellent view and said no. Little flick by Yordanov. And Sidakov. Well, did he fall over his own feet, or was he helped in the act? Referee said the former. Coist and McClare just inside the 18-yard area. Dury is out here to the right. And McCoist, and just away from McClare's head. Certainly it was intended as a shot by Ali McCoist. But if he'd have pulled it back just a little bit more, it would have been perfectly placed for the head of Brian McClare. Just away from him, and a goalkeeper struggling to reclaim his ground. McPherson. Dury got a knock in the back after himself showing rather too many studs. In the war, has been in the thick of things, Gordon Dury. Three behind the wall on the far side. Stoichkov might try to bend the ball the other way. Yordanov does, gets deflected for a corner. So it's not quite the last test. Belikov to take it eventually. Yankov is up. Away by Boyd, and Scotland keep a clean sheet from the first 45 minutes, which was their first priority, and added to that, they've scored the only goal of the half from Ali McCoist in the 8th minute, and much of their organisation has worked really well indeed. Well, so far so good. Must have been the message in the dressing room, with Andy Roxburgh requiring his side to maintain their concentration fully during the next 45 minutes. If they could do that, they would have 6 points from their first 3 games, 2 at home and 1 away. No substitutions at half-time. And the first offside flag is against Bulgaria in the second half. And the substitute is Todorov. They've been rather playing around with who's wearing 14 and who's wearing 15, but it certainly looked like Nikolai Todorov. Hasn't come on yet. Substitution is to be made, and Konstantin Yanchev is the player to come off. And here's McCoy. Good play by Boyd, but he couldn't get the cross in, but got the deflection for the corner. Came off the foot of the substitute, Todorov. Now takes a defensive position just inside the near edge of the 6-yard area. Canister to take the corner. McCoy almost on the line. McPherson is up as well. Going to come all the way across to Gordon Dury. Stumbled at it. It's not been as effective going forward as he has in providing cover across on the right side of midfield. Dochev. Sidakov is a substitute. Good play, the flag is up though, it's not going to count, the flag has been up for some time. And the goal will not count, and they're surrounding the linesman, Sidakov and Penev. Penev who put it away, but the linesman was standing there with his flag up for some considerable time. Todorov who started the move, but the flag was up for offside, not against the player in possession, but against the player who was to his left when he shot. Yordanov. Good play by Todorov. Swerving ball that Gorham managed to parry. That lifted the crowd a bit. Gorham was well forward. He really curled viciously in front of him. Met well by McAllister. Yordanov. A sweeping ball, he's played several of those. Belikov. Sidakov. Wanted to go that extra pace. It was pulled back well. Nobody really coming in tight enough at the oncoming danger, and to dismiss it with barely a thought. Tom Boyd. Been reasonably effective in a controlled roll down this left side. Now Stoichkov. Sidakov in the middle, Penev on the far side. And the referee is going to talk to Stoichkov and books him for trying to get a penalty. And well done, say many people, I would think, to the Austrian referee. And how good to see a referee have the courage to do that, and against the player of the home team. Dury gets it through to McClare. Actually had two players making good runs through his left, but he decided to turn. McClare once more. Dury. And the flag is up for offside. Good save, in fact. by Mihailov, but the flag was up before the ball was struck by Ali McCoy. We heard the whistle. This is a point of debate. Here's Bennett! Oh, he's missed it! He was cleanly away then with the clear shooting chance, and he pulled it too much across the face of Andy Gorham. Gordon Dury comes off to be replaced by Pat Nevin. McCoy. Nevin has taken the same position as Dury, wide on the right. Five minutes of the second half have elapsed. Scotland still a goal to the good. Sidakov, good running. Good check out to Stoichkov. Still Stoichkov, took too long. And the ball finally deflected. And it's the substitute who's done it again, Nikolai Todorov. 2 in Romania. And now he's got the equaliser in the home match with Scotland. 1-1 in the 70th minute of the match. Came off McKimmie, I think. And the referee has had words with the Bulgarian bench and seems to want to dismiss the coach. Ivan Butsov is requested to leave the field of play. All a little strange, but by no means the first time the Bulgarian footballers and their coaches have got a little worked up. McClare, McCoy makes the run. McClare just slows things down. Nevin, McAllister, McAnally, Fury on the Scottish bench as the ball's given away again, and McPherson really struggling to reach that. Scottish ball, and we're now playing the time that Mr. Frederick Calpe is allowing for injuries and stoppages. Bankov, Dochev. 5 forward for Bulgaria. Doesn't include the ball carrier. Todorov. Takes it across the face of the defence. And McKimmie just to come away. And 3 against 3 here for a moment. Nevin gets it back. McHoist is over this side. And has some Boyd for support. Boyd. Sidakov leads the charge. Very expertly broken up by Gary Gillespie. And it's the last attack that Scotland have to repel. The whistles go up around the ground, and Scotland have a priceless away point in this European Championship. They were under pressure for much of the game, but their organisation held, and the advantage given them by the early goal by Ali McCoy, only wiped out in the 70th minute by Todorov.
With us scoring so early, there is a temptation to sort of go back on your heels and defend that goal. I think also from the Bulgarian point of view, it put them into another gear, and they were really desperate to get back into the match. They have some really gifted front players and people who play from the midfield. and some of their diagonal passing was quite outstanding. So, I mean, while admiring them, I'm also very pleased about the way our boys went about their work. And I think if you go away from home to a hostile atmosphere like this and you get a point, then I think you should go home quite happy.
Andy Roxburgh, another happy boss, and he really has got reason to be after that, hasn't he?
I think he should be very enthusiastic. I was impressed with the Scottish team's performance tonight because, as he said, very gifted players, very inventive, and their team was always together when they defended and when they attacked. I thought McClare and McQuest did well up front, and they supported them very quickly.
Coming into the match, perhaps they would always be happy with a draw, but they got that terrific start after 8 minutes, which really was a bit of a bonus, wasn't it, the goal from Ali McQuest?
Yeah, I'm sure they were. As you could see, they were very surprised. Boyd knocks it way out ahead of him, and as you can see, McQuest at that stage looks offside, and they all stop. They've got their arms up, and there's a long cross, and even the goalkeeper's still waving at it. They get the bounce well there, and McQuest accepts it willingly. But it was a good goal. I thought it was a good goal.
And the goalkeeper rather committed there, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a bad-tempered match, it has to be said, from the Bulgarian
Well,
point
you're
of
going
view.
to get a lot of that.
Some cynical stuff as well.
Yeah, you're
wasn't
going to
it?
get some of that, especially as Andy Roxburgh says, it's a hostile crowd, so they're playing up to it. They're a goal behind. They had a couple of good chances, and they didn't take them, so they were getting a bit desperate and doing desperate things too.
But the sad thing about that is that there's a great deal of skill in the side, particularly from Panev, who was outstanding, wasn't he?
It always amazes me. If they was as mentally tough as we were, that would be a big problem to us. Here, there's a great Panev. He takes it with his right. It's a right-footed opportunity. He gets it with his left foot, slides it across the goal, and it's the crossbar. He was terrific all night, Panev. I thought he was the player of the game.
OK, but they squared it in the 70th minute. The Bulgarian goal came from Todorov, who'd had a great shot on target just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it gets laid back to Stoichkov, the man who's got a lot of publicity. He sidesteps McAnally, and he tries to shoot himself. It breaks to Todorov, who hits it well, and I think the keeper had it covered, and there's a wicked deflection, which loops just under the bar and beats the goalkeeper. Ball ends up. You can see it from another angle here. You can see the way he collects this Stoichkov beautifully. Kids, lets it go across his body, hesitates, goes again, and they get the break. And there it is, where the front, they all come up, they call for offside, but Malpass is just a late coming out, and it's touch and go where it was on it.
Quick word about the Austrian refereeing, booking a player for feigning a penalty dive.
Yeah.
Do you applaud that?
I think that they do that a lot on the continent, and you know, that people, they do right tackles, and they go with it, and sometimes it looks like it's acting, and sometimes it is acting, and they seem to know when it is and when it isn't.
OK, Terry, thanks. Confirmation of what's been happening in Group 2. Scotland remaining top there, but San Marino playing their first ever European Championship match. Uncomfortable experience, going down 4-0 at home to Switzerland. Scotland in action next, in European action next, the return against Bulgaria in March.